Good morning, everybody. What is today? Today is June 3rd. And yesterday should have been a day that we have all been waiting for months now here in Ontario, Canada. And we should be jumping for joy and celebrating. The stay-at-home order was lifted yesterday. Trouble is, I don't see any difference. So believe it or not, I get asked a lot, Don, in your coffee in the morning, what kind of coffee are you drinking? Is it a flavor or is it just regular coffee? I have a couple flavors that I switch back and forth all the time, and I found a new one about 3 weeks ago, and it's called Amaretto. Just like the alcohol, but there's no alcohol in it, but it has that flavor in it. And this one and another one called Irish Cream, basically the same thing. Oh, so good, so good. Oh. But as I was saying, the stay-at-home order finally ended. Does that mean we can go to the movies? No. Does that mean we can go and finally buy a pair of socks in the stores? No. Does it mean anything like that? No. It doesn't mean anything. It means that the order that they issued that everyone do not leave your house except for emergencies or to go to work or to get food. Or maybe go for a quick walk outside by yourself or in your own family and come back for exercise. Those were the only things we were supposed to be doing. No one was listening to it. They issued the stay-at-home order 2 months ago, and after about a week and a half, no one listened anymore. I have seen people everywhere. I have seen cars down my street lined up on the weekends, especially the long weekend that just went by. It hasn't stopped anybody. So yeah, hey, we lifted the stay-at-home order, everybody. The order that no one was listening to anyway. Now we're waiting for phase 1 of our reopening, which is very, very limited. And it's still 2 weeks away. But they have hinted that they might start easing some of that later on this week. So either for the weekend or the Monday. Basically 1 week ahead of schedule. So that, with the new reopening plan, I might be able to buy socks. It depends if I'm one of the 15% of the people allowed into the store. Because non-essential goods have to limit the capacities to 15% capacity in the stores. Not 25, not 50, 15% capacity. Movie theaters still can't open. Restaurants still can't open. We had some people in the hockey games in other provinces, not here in Ontario. In fact, we don't even let our baseball team play in Canada. That's right, the only baseball team we have in the major leagues can't play a home game in our own country, even with no fans. Because, hey, we have no idea how possibly we can allow players to come stay at a hotel, eat in a hotel, travel by bus to the stadium, and then go home. How we can possibly keep that from spreading COVID right across the province. We have no idea. There's no game plan in place that we could possibly do that. So it's supposedly a big thing. Supposedly, big announcement, celebrating. Oh, by the way, we're still not going to open our schools, though. Our schools have been closed for almost 10 weeks now. in some cases. We're not going to open them the remaining 3 weeks of the year. And a lot of people are freaking out over it, citing mental health and study issues and all that. Of course, a lot of these people were the exact same people who were yelling at the government to hurry up and close the schools because the schools could be dangerous during COVID. And now that they're not opening the schools for 3 weeks, if they would have came out yesterday and said, we're opening the schools today, schools would have stayed open 3 weeks out of the year, at the end of the year. And people are saying, oh, they get closure. They get to go back and see their friends and say goodbye for the summer. Is that really a plan? Is that really the plan to solve your kids' mental issues? Is that suddenly if they can go back to school for 3 weeks, that's going to solve everything? I don't know. I'm not an expert. But personally, I don't think rushing the schools back open for 3 weeks was that big of deal. We've kept businesses closed for over a year. Same businesses closed for over a year. People out of work for over a year, and we're worried about our children who are much more resilient than we are. Yes, kids wearing masks are like the stupidest thing, right? I never thought we'd see that in our country. I'm not saying that they shouldn't wear masks. I'm saying I can't believe we're at that point that kids are wearing masks. And people are wearing masks jogging or going for a walk in a park. I can't believe we've ever gotten to that point in Canada. And now we're arguing over everything. And I kind of pity the government in a way. I make fun of them all the time because of their decisions. Their decisions are often half-witted and stupid. Or I am. It depends on your point of view. But let's be honest. Had they opened up the school, people would be saying, you're endangering our kids' and teachers' lives, and you're not investing enough in the safely reopening of the schools. You should have been spending a lot more money. Money. There should be a teacher ratio of 1 of every 10 kids, not 1 of every 30 kids. You should have had hand sanitizers at every desk. You should have janitors standing by outside the classroom, that the minute the classroom changes, they run in and sanitize. Everyone would have been saying things like that. And now that they're saying they're not opening schools, oh, you're taking business over our children. You're not thinking of our mental health. Like, it's a no-win situation. It's an absolute no-win situation for any government. It doesn't matter which government's in place. It's absolutely a no-win situation. But, the whole stay-at-home order has been a complete flop. It looks good because our numbers have been dropping like crazy. In fact, in Ottawa, that is still shut down. You can't go buy a pair of pants. You can't go to a baseball game. You can't go to a restaurant. You can't go indoors and visit your relatives for a dinner. We had a total of 30 people in hospital with COVID, 6 people in ICU. That's our numbers. And our cases in a city of over 1 million people. 30 people in hospital, 6 people in ICU. City shut down. Stay-at-home order in effect until yesterday. And then they wonder why people are really not listening anymore.